Another week closer. The march to the playoffs continues, and the league is abluster with opinions on the results of this past weekend. And I mean, here are just some of the clips pouring in from all the big pundits.
Great teams never blink. They find a way. Whatever they have to do to find a way to get a win. I mean, it's pretty unbelievable.
It's what they do best. That's what makes them the Super Bowl champions multiple years in a row, is they just find a way, but more importantly, they believe that they're going to find a way.
They are entering that territory where they are no longer lovable, and they feel like they have a curse on the rest of the league. And when you have a team that's undefeated and has a chance to go undefeated throughout the whole season, you think about the 07 Patriots, which we looked up. This team just hits the switch. So I hate to say that it's possible that they can do it, because I've never seen it done before. But if any team can do it, they can do it.
But in football, it's not a game of chance, 2-5. It's not a game of luck, 2-5.
All right.
You know, it's a game of skill, 2-5. You had the highest skill. That's why you're in the Eagles Hall of Fame, 2-5. So if it was blackjack, I'm with you. Let me get a loss out the way, because eventually I will. But in football, you don't need to get a loss out the way. Run the table.
So real quick. So basically, you telling me they got to be perfect. You have a perfect year. You know how hard that is.
They ain't got to play perfect. They just got to win.
They got to win.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, they haven't played perfect. And that's why, for me, it's like, I don't view this as a bad thing at all. In fact, I view it as one of the best teams in NFL history.
That's right, and we all know who they're talking about, but in case you don't, let me first say this, and that is greetings. You broken down mopeds with water for gasoline. It is I, your glorious commissioner, and excited to get into week 10 with you. And that means it's time for the Furry Five Guys Fantasy Football League Roundup. Here we go. We're going to start off with Mother Nesbitt taking on Big B Energy. Dear God, Katie couldn't even crack 86 on this one. 85.24 to 161.8. Bet doubles are up. And George Pickens with a big day. 20 points for him, 20 points for Travis Kelce, 19 from Cortland Sutton. As the Broncos pert near knocked off the Chiefs there, but for the grace of a blocked field goal go they. Very sad, Vince and Ben. But Ben takes the win here in fantasy. Hall pass. Taking on the last placeholders, speaking of our other Broncos fan, Ryan gets the dub, 126.68 to 108.1. 20 points for the Philly defense is really what brought Ryan to victory on this one. Vince put up a good fight up until that. 17 from Green Hunt, 15 from Cooper Kupp. Ryan moves to 500 on the season. And Jake was in Paris, taking on Trying My Best, Sarah's Best. Again, not good enough. Devon Achane, or should I say Tristan, or Preston, depending on how many hits Tua Tagovailoa takes this week.
Stand up, run, behave like a person who wants to live.
I mean, yeah, look at that. And Jake was in Paris takes it, though, 160.94 to 147.62. The commission remains perfect. 29.4 points from Bijan Robinson, 17 from Joe Mixon, 15.9 from Alvin Kamara. This could have been a name game if not for one Mr. Jamar Chase. UGA School for Driving thumped So Gay It Hurts, 171.1 to 117.28. Jamar Chase, 55.4 points on Thursday night. John never had a chance. It's 32.9 from Lamar Jackson, 16 from Terrence McLaurin. MJ gets the win. Big moves as we move towards the playoffs. So let's talk about those divisions, shall we? In the East, look out. It's in Jake was in Paris. 10-0, already clinched. That's right, a clinch alert. As Jake in Paris has punched their ticket. I am going to the playoffs, baby. Big shock to everybody involved, but here we are. Trying my best at second, 6-4. Got an 84% chance to do that. Big B Energy sitting there at 500, 61% chance for him. Mother Nesbitt rounding out the division at 1-9. And in the West, UGA School for Driving looking for one more win to hopefully punch his spot. 8-2 right now on the season. Hall pass at 5-5. So Gay It Hurts 4-6, and the last placeholders at 1-9. So, does the playoff ticket get punched this week for these teams? Let's find out. It is week 11. Incredibly, I don't know where the time is. Truly do not. Big B Energy will be taking on So Gay It Hurts. John trying to stay relevant in his division. Ben trying to get to that second spot in his. That'll be an interesting game for sure. Mother Nesbitt taking on UGA School for Driving. MJ has steamrolled every opponent this year except for me. And so we shall see what he does to Katie. Hopefully she is able to put up a bit of a fight, maybe knock him down a peg or two, get herself her second win. Trying my best to be taking on the last placeholders. Vince looking for win number 2 as well on the season, going for that. And finally, Jim is in Paris taking on Hall Pass. Ryan trying to cement his spot at second in the division commish, trying to remain perfect on the year. One thing I want to mention, as we move toward the playoffs, and we'll look at the bracket again, but we're not going to look at the bracket again because it's basically the same. It's me versus Ben and Sarah versus MJ. As it sits right now, this can change based on wins and losses this week. But if I complete perfection, and there's no guarantee that I will, but if I do, I will make the announcement right now, right here, that there is a chance that I will not manage a team next season. That's right. If I complete the perfect season, go undefeated like Shula, as they say in the song, I will take a year off and simply execute my commissioner duties and watch as all of you continue to lead. For a year. I'll come back after that, take the last pick in the whole deal, but potentially, it's on the table. But until then, I am 10-0. And that's pretty crazy. Am I right? I think I'm right. 55 points from Jamar Chase is also pretty insane. But I love to see it. Until then, the march to the playoffs continues. Week 11 on the docket. Week 14 is when we start, and boy, are the playoffs going to be fun. But until that time, understand this, and this alone, is that I reign supreme and you all suck. So until next week, commish out.